What's up everybody, I'm Matt Brody, and today we are going to do a quick upgrade to the JeepYJ. So, as you know, I love my Jeep, I love everything about it. One of the things I do not love about it is driving at night, and that's simply because the stock halogen headlights on old Jeeps like this, not so good. So a couple episodes back, we noticed that one of the headlights was out in my Jeep, and I just replaced them with another set of stock headlights. And anyway, a company reached out to me and said, hey, we want you to try our new LED headlights. So they sent me a brand new set of LED headlights to install in the Jeep and test out and see what I think about them. So these headlights were sent to me by a company called 4x4 FLSTC. I will put a link to these lights down in the description so you can check them out for yourself. But first, let's do a little unboxing and check them out. Alright, so in the kit we get instructions, we get the set of LED headlights, which I will say look very cool. And then we also get an adapter because apparently not every model that takes the sort of rectangular 5x7 headlights that these are wire the same way. And so you may need an adapter, but they come with a complete list of the vehicles that it is capable of running in, and so you shouldn't have any problem one way or the other. The instructions look pretty simple. So in the box we're getting the LED headlights and the adapters and all the instructions that we need. According to the instructions, it should only take about 30 minutes to install, and the only tools that we're going to need are a Phillips head screwdriver and maybe a flathead screwdriver. So obviously one of the big benefits to getting LEDs is that they're supposed to be brighter and thus safer. So let's actually do a real-world comparison on that. That's something that you don't ever see. You just see people install these, flip them on, and say they're brighter. I want to show you real-world comparison on what they look like. So let's take a look at what the stock headlights look like in the dark. So these are the stock halogen version of the headlights. All right, so now that we've seen what that looks like, let's get these bad boys installed, and then we'll wait until it gets dark and we'll drive them around and we'll put the footage side by side so that we can actually see a real world difference on what the stock halogen looks like versus these LEDs. So the first thing we need to do to remove these headlights is to remove the frame around the light and then the mounting bracket. And to do that, we're going to use a Phillips head screwdriver on these 4 screws, and then the rest should be pretty easy. So there's another mounting bracket right here, and they're held on by 2 screws, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, and so we'll take those off. On a side note, do yourself a favor and use a magnetized screwdriver so that the screws don't fall down and you have to find them. Just pro tip that I didn't do. From here, it's just a matter of disconnecting the light and removing it from the Jeep. Real quick, let's just do a visual comparison between the two. So here you see the sort of the stock halogen headlights, and here is the new LED headlights, and you can see a little bit different design. I think they look really cool, definitely a little bit different than the stock look, but let's get these installed and see how they look on the Jeep. So to install this, we're really just doing the reverse of what we just did. Mounting the new LED light with the brackets in the housing, and then plugging it in the back. So at this point, what I want to do while I have the light mounted, but before I go through the hassle of putting in all the other screws, I want to go ahead and just plug it in and turn it on just to make sure everything's working properly before I, go through the hassle of having to unscrew everything all over again. All right, so as you can see, everything plugged in just fine and it worked. So we're going to continue screwing everything in, then we'll do the other side, and then we'll road test it. Okay, so the first one is in, super easy, took maybe 10 minutes to put in. So we're gonna put in the other one and then we'll be done. Both headlights are now installed. Super simple upgrade, took maybe 15 minutes total for both and only a Phillips head screwdriver. So very simple upgrade that you can do to your JeepYJ or XJ or any other vehicle that takes the 5x7 We call them square, but they're really rectangular headlights. So I have to say I really like the way these look. I've seen other LED headlights that look really bubbly. And these don't appear to look that way, at least not from a distance. From a distance, they look much more stock than a lot of the other ones, and I like that look. So let's turn them on, see what they look like. So this is just your regular headlight setting. Instantly, I can tell that there's a difference in color temperature. These are much more white than the stock, which are a little bit more yellow. And these are the brights, which obviously we don't know exactly how bright they are yet, but once it gets dark, we'll really be able to tell a difference. The one thing I want to point out about the YJ is that its turn signal lights are actually on the side fender and the front here. This strip here is, I'm pretty sure, for the turn signal light. It's an amber light, but it's not going to be wired in the same because the Jeep has got different lights for that. Let's take them out and then let's see what they do. Okay, so my first reactions are that these are substantially brighter, and the field of view is much better as well, meaning from side to side I can see more of the side of the road, and it feels like a much more even spread of light than the stock headlights that I had on did. And you're just going to notice a huge difference putting these on. It is really almost a night and day difference. The high beams also feel much better, much more robust in terms of the light spread and how much you're going to see and the distance in which they travel. It really kind of changes things, because before I was not super excited about driving this at night, but with these headlights, with these LEDs, I feel completely comfortable with it. There's no issues with that at all. Alright, well that's pretty much going to wrap this video up. I am really looking forward to using these LED headlights a little bit more. They are a huge improvement over the stock headlights that I had. So if you're interested in these headlights, there is a link in the description below so you can check those out. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button because it helps out the channel a lot. And if you aren't subscribed, subscribe so you can see more content the next time we put something out. And until next time, God bless, and we'll see you soon.